whatever they do, it will reflect upon the state of Oklahoma. Secondly, I understand your question in terms of when will it end, but my answer would be it should not end with this horrible massacre. I would say that maybe when man's inhumanity to man ends, then maybe we could stop with reparations. The last statement I would make in terms of, well, a couple things. One, my family's not from Tulsa, so we certainly weren't, part of any of the suffering. But I do ask myself, when I'm trying to reflect on it, what would I want if my life was basically destroyed? Even if I survived it, everything that I've worked my life for was destroyed. What would I want? What would I consider just? And I do consider it just to compensate people for things that through no fault of their own, as Commissioner Gates said, things that were taken away from them and taken away by officials who were supposed to be there to protect them. And I guess the last thing I would say is the country as a whole has a problem dealing with reparations for African Americans. I didn't put the Japanese in concentration camps, but I had no problems compensating them for their losses. I wasn't part of some of the injustices done to Native Americans, but I had no problem seeing that they were compensated fairly for the losses they endured. It seems this country, I'm not saying in terms of state local, but it seems that this country has a problem with compensating African Americans for their losses. I applaud Rosewood for the example that it set, and I think that's an example we need to look at.
If I might comment and maybe make a suggestion for a way that we might be able to do everything all of us want to do. In my mind, the way I've looked at reparations all along is that I agree that the actual victims should be compensated somehow. But the way I look at this issue is that this is not just the responsibility of the government or governmental entities. I think we as Oklahomans have some responsibility. Our parents and grandparents have been part of this problem. As a community, we should do something in reparations. I've always thought that individual reparations should come from other individuals. If you'll recall, one of our early meetings, Reverend Schaefer came, and the churches in the Tulsa area had a fundraising effort to raise money to give to the black congregations who had lost churches at the time. And that was from church to church. I thought that was extremely moral thing to do. I think it was ethical, and we applauded them and gave them credit for it at the time. I think that individual reparations should come from individuals. In fact, I'll go on record right now saying if we were to have a private fundraising, I'd write a $1,000 check today to go into a fund for private reparations. I think the reparations from community to community, if we want the government to put up money, it should be for those parts of the plan that affect the community. And we deal with our individual sins of community on that individual basis. And we probably could get a pretty good fundraiser started. What I might suggest with that in mind is that, Curry, going back to the original motion, if we could include a statement something like that we would like reparations and prioritize, and that individuals get the first shot at any money, is that if we could say from governmental entities and or private organizations or individuals to say as a community that we need reparations. Now, if we don't, the government is there to represent community. But I'd like to leave that off. I could vote for the individual reparations if we could put that wording in. Because then I'm not saying we've got to take money out of the General Revenue Fund to pay individual reparations until we complete the historical record. I still want to find out the historical record on culpability. But I could vote for that right now if we would include that and or private organizations or individuals, which would be churches, individuals, and go ahead and put the priority in there. That's my suggestion.
No, I don't like that suggestion at all. This is a politically government issue. It's fine to have a private donation. In fact, we already have one, and that's in the report we submitted. We have a $10,000 donation from a Tulsa businessman to be used for the right. But this has nothing to do with this case and this government. So I would like that simple. I could not go along with that. You're muddying the waters. This is a government case. Let us handle it. representatives or the legislators have said they have no problem. They understand, they acknowledge that there was murder, that these people were denied their rights. Well, to me, you've got to move a step higher. Responsibility. And the state do something. They find money for other things. Some of the things I find real silly that they fund, you know, the study of the people and all this kind of crazy things. To me, this is one of the most just issues you're ever going to find.
Thank you.
And, yes, so I just could, you know, private, plus I already have suspicion about private doing it. They were promised before, and these people didn't get it. This is a government issue. Let the government solve it. Let them find, I won't put a money figure on, but prioritize, like you said, and let them find ways to deal with this issue.
Commissioner Military was saying, how could this happen? What I'm looking at, my experience of being born and raised and educated here in Oklahoma, how did it happen is reflected in what we're trying to say, the attitude. There's an attitude. And this is what allows this to happen. For example, I'll put it in contemporary terms. Was the state of Oklahoma responsible for the murder bill? No. But how much money has, and the citizens of Oklahoma have seen it, how much money has the state of Oklahoma expended on trying to bring justice to two people for that incident, right? We know it's way more money has been spent already than what we're asking for. Reading in the paper, Oklahoma's going to celebrate its centennial in just a few years. And I've seen where they're talking about $200 million, putting a dome on the Capitol. That's way more money than we're talking about. So when you talk about 168 people that were innocently killed, and we see what the state is doing for them. We see Oklahoma has had a proud history for 100 years, and we see what the people of Oklahoma want to spend for that. And then we talk about 10,000 people being affected. We know at least 300 have been killed, and nobody wants to spend any money on this. And then that's that attitude that makes people just want to say, well, why? This is the problem. That's the problem. That's the reason. If people were looked at as human beings and treated as human beings, as God is intended for us to be, the Tulsa Race Riot wouldn't occur. But it's this, you don't count. And I thought the commission was coming here to say, those people counted, somebody needs to apologize.
Hi. First of all, the thing that concerns me the most at this